Hello, guys. Rodrigo here, your favorite teacher of all time. If I'm your favorite teacher of all time and I'm in the room, go ahead and give me a thumbs up and a wink and just be like, yeah, yeah, you're so cool, man. You're so cool. Well, anyway, I'm actually here to give you a slightly personal lesson on how to assemble a model miniature train. Yes, and I'm going to go through these instructions right here. So let's go ahead and start doing this. We're going to make a folder inside Unit 3 folder, title this folder train project. Okay, so let's just go ahead and open this up. Well, what I'm going to do here is, let's say you open this up and you're in a desktop. All right, so you're going to go to your folder, okay, and Unit 3, and I have train project main here. I'm going to delete it because I'm going to show you how to do it from scratch. So one thing you can do is you can do new folder, and this little icon right here is new folder, and let's call that train project. Good times. All right, train project is made there. What else does it say? Open Autodesk Inventor. Okay, well, let's do that. Opened it, and I'll get to this page, and it says create a new project file. To do this, look at reference doc 1. You have this is in the back of your binder. All right. And you're going to name this project last name first initial train. All right, so make sure you save this project in the new train project folder that you just made. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. Basically, in in your whatever project, how to make a project file. Well, what am I seeing here? In this guy, reference doc 1, it tells you to do what I'm going to show you right now. Okay, so you're going to make you open up a new file, and under projects you go right here. Whoops, no, yeah. Well, that was interesting. But we're here. Okay, that's good. We're going to make a new. I think I just deleted one. Okay, so we're going to make a new project. Okay, next. And I think this one said last name first initial dot train. All right. And we don't want it under Documents Inventor. No, we don't want it there. It's going to go there, and there's a bunch of files there that students have made. You don't want that. This part's important. So you're going to click on these three little dots. You're going to go to that file we just made, which is under your folder, Unit 3, and Train Project. That is where we want it to live. We want it to live on the desktop, in your folder, under Unit 3 folder, and its own folder called Train Project. All right, so that stuff should look like that. And press finish, and now you are good. Okay, Chipotle train. All right, so we got that one. Let's press done. Okay. All right, so we are there, and we are going to, let's go back here. Go to Canvas, click on Pages, and download all the files. What's happening here is that I have made all the part files for you, so you don't have to make them. So this is your main page. You're going to go to Unit 3, and you are going to go to 3J model train files. Click here. I will. And we're going to save these files. Okay, so it went, anytime you pretty much press save files, it goes to a downloads folder. All right. And you can open up any window to what is this called? This is called a file window or whatever. It's a Windows file window. You can open any one of these, and you'll notice here on the left side there is important stuff such as desktop, and you can go all your stuff. And there's also downloads. Well, one easy way to do this is to have two of these windows open, and to do that you can go to File, Open New Window, and put them side by side like this. And on this one, go to Downloads. And here I've downloaded it before. I'm going to delete this one just so it'll look like what you have. You have this, what you just downloaded. You click on that. It decompresses the files. And it has all these files that I already made for you. So the easy thing to do is to go to where you want these to live, which is the train project folder. All right, we have the project file in there, and we're going to actually move these guys over. One way to do it is to press Shift So highlight the first one, then go to the bottom one, shift, click, they all get highlighted. And this is the easy way to do it. You got your downloads folder, you're just gonna drag them over to your folder, and boom, there they are. They're gonna live there. All right. So you know this is success if you have your project file in there and you have all your part files in there. All right. So let's say we were to just start from the beginning here, and I'm going to minimize all this stuff. This is my screen copying software. And let's put this here in the corner. And if I go to my folder and I go to Unit 3 and I go to Train Project, I have the part file there, the project file. I was saying part file, I made a mistake. It's my project file, and then I have all the part files. You are good to go. Okay. So we physically move these files to downloads to your train project folder. Okay, great. They're in there with the project name. And now we're going to start assembling this. We're going to start assembling this train. What we're going to do is we have these are the part files, and these are the quantities of each. So I'm going to go ahead and load these things on there. All right. And eventually this will look like, it's kind of going to look like that. Essentially, it's going to look like that. Okay. So let's go through this. All right. Okay, so we're going to open up a new, and I'm going to stay in English, and I'm going to do a assembly file because that's going to put me in inches. If I do templates, for some reason, this puts me in a millimeter. So I'm going to do English, make sure I'm in inches. Okay, so I'm going to train, good, create, and we're doing that. Sweet. Now we're going to place our parts in there. Not place from content center. I don't know why mine came up that way, but you're going to do place, and we're going to go with whatever it says on here in the, and we're going to put all of these guys and these numbers. So we got one train body, one stack, etc. Let's go ahead and do that. All right, so train body, open, and you're just going to put that anywhere. All right, cool. Right click, okay. Place, let's do the axle peg. I believe I need 4 of these guys, so you can just do 1, 2, 3, 4, right click, okay, 4. Okay, so we got all the parts on there. We're looking good. One of the first things we're going to do is we are going to ground this train body. We're going to add all the parts to this train body. So we're going to ground this, and everything's going to move towards the train. So I'm going to go to the train body, right click, and click. Oh, I messed up. I clicked adaptive. No. We're going to click grounded. All right, and you'll see it's grounded because it's got a little pin on there. Okay. All right, we're gonna start constraining things. This guy I'm gonna use at the end so I can move it out of the way. And one of the things that we're gonna use is we've done mate, flush, tangent, all these things. We're gonna use this insert quite a bit. And insert is very useful for axis, anything that has an axis or a hole and lines up with a hole is great. So that could be screws, nuts, little pegs and pins and stuff like that. We're gonna use a lot of insert this time. All right. So I'm gonna start here, and again, we're gonna click on here, make sure the axis is lined up. Whoops, we don't want that. That is not what we wanted to do. We're gonna constrain this guy. Nope, messed up. Constrain. All right, we got the axis there, and I'm gonna get one of these. Make sure I got the axis going there, and it's going there, and it's going the wrong way. All right, so let's see if we can cancel that. Let's try it again. Constrain. Okay, now what we want here is we want this to be, we want the other side of one of these guys, so we can, I don't think it's gonna, let's see what we got here. Yeah, it's not quite what we wanted. Oh, messed up. Constrain, insert. Okay. Now the arrow's coming out the other way. So now we're going to be able to fit it on there. Okay, so now this little peg is coming out, and you'll see that's where these bars go. And so what I had to do is I had to go to the back side of this wheel to make sure the back side is lined up with the front. All right, we're going to click apply. And one thing you're going to note is that there's really not much space right here for this to turn. So what we're going to do is we're going to give it a little bit of space here. And I should have done it earlier, but I forgot the space. Let me check real quick. Okay, so we gotta make sure that there's a little bit of space here so this wheel can turn in relation to this train. Otherwise, if the two things are rubbing up against each other, this wheel's not going to turn. So I had to do that before. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Insert. I'm going to go to Train Body, and I'm going to edit this insert, and I'm going to put it 0.025. I should have done that earlier, but I didn't. Now it's a little bit offset, and that is the way we want it. Okay, let's go back to our home view right here. Wheels on right now. Okay, so I got all my wheels on. If you didn't get all your wheels on, go ahead and pause the video and put all your wheels on right now. And what you're going to see is, if you go on a top view, you're going to see that we got all the wheels on, and we got a little bit of space in there. Okay. All right, let me check out my other dimensions here. Okay, I'm back. Check the instructions, and looks like the next thing we're going to work on is putting on the axle pegs to each wheel, which is these guys right here, and we're going to go, those guys are going to go in there. So again, we are in insert, and we're going to start with the thing that doesn't move, which is the wheel. We click this one first, and then we click that one. So I'm going to click on the axis right there, and that ring should be on the little inside. Click that. And now I want to put this on the bottom of the axle pegs. So if I were to look at it, I can pick any one of them. If I were to pick any, so it would be that right there. It could be that, but we're gonna go with that one right there. All right, now let's go take a look, see what that looks like. And we're gonna click apply. This wheel should turn right now, and it looks like it does. All right, so you're going to go ahead and put all the axle pegs on all the wheels. All right, we're back, and what you should have is you should have all the axle pegs in. Okay, so we are moving on to the next thing here. All right, had to look at my instructions. Looks like we're going to put the stack on next. Okay, and we're going to use the same insert constraint for that. And there we go. All right, and I'm going to get, yep, the bottom of that. Great, apply. I believe next we are doing the hitch magnet, which is in the back. Let me get a better view here. Move this guy out of the way here. All right, so this hitch magnet's going to go lined up with that. Let's constrain that right there. And then we are going to put that peg in there as well. Apply, and good to go. Okay, so it's looking like that. All right. Okay, looks like we're going to put the cow catcher on. All right, so let's get that. You'll get a lot of practice using your view cube here. So I want to look at the front of this. So if I look at this, I'm probably going to want to look at it from this end. It's zooming out quite a bit, but of course I'm going to want to zoom in. So this guy's flipped around right here. And we are going to put this one in the top hole. If I look at this from, let's say, underneath, that's going to be the top one. It's going to go in there. This is probably a good view to do it. All right. When I do the insert, this will automatically flip over and go in there. So again, we're going to use the insert. I'll start right here. And since I have the top here, I want it not lined up with that. I want it lined up with the back. So it hits the back of this, not just hits the top. So I'm going to do that. Boom, right there. Apply. And I believe we should be able to, let's see here. Let's get out of this so we can move things around. We should be able to rotate this. So what you're going to see is it's constrained along that hole right there, but it can still rotate. So if we were to just put one peg in more, either this one or the other one, then it would be fully constrained and not be able to rotate. We don't need to put all three in. To put in another one, what we need to do is rotate it to a point where we can see this hole and we can see that. So we're going to rotate it like this, and I'm going to do constrain, insert, boom, and now I got to go to the back side, use your view cube. I'm going to look from this angle, and I'm going to go not the front, but the back end. All right, what we're going to do is this one, I got a feeling that the parts aren't made exactly and that this is not lined up to fit in there. So we're going to just leave this one here, do this, just line it up, okay? Just line it up and leave it like that, and we'll keep it that way. All right. Okay, because I think this part is not made to the specs. The hole doesn't fit in there, so that's my guess. Okay, so let's go back here. We're gonna put these linkage arms on these guys right here. These guys should still be able to turn. Do they turn? Maybe they don't. Anyway, let's take a look. I'm just gonna actually delete this constraint right here. All right. Now, so I had a little problem there with the constraint from earlier from this one, so I don't want to do that one. And I saw that it had a little alarm, like a exclamation point next to it, and it was just messing things up. So I deleted that one. This one's gonna rotate, but let's just leave it kind of straight for now. I'll figure out another way to constrain it. All right, so we're gonna attach these guys right here. And we're going to do the same insert command. And we're going to do this hole right here is going to go to, am I going to want that one, that one, that one? We're going to either want this one or this one. We want that to go to the back right here, hit the back. So you can do either the big one or the small one. It doesn't really matter, but we're going to do the small one right here. All right, apply. And cool. Good to go. We got this. I'm going to move this around here a little bit. Okay, and notice that It's like half working. That's pretty cool. Okay. And actually, let me move this up. I'm going to do the same thing with this one right here. I constrain it, insert, and I'm going to do, I need to do the back side of this. It's not going to hit this side, it's going to hit the back side of this. So I'm going to have to go to the back side, zoom in. Oop, messed up. Click the wrong thing. Right there. Now let's go to the front side, and we're going to go right there and apply. Now they're not really lined up, but now they are. That's cool. So go ahead and do that on the other side, and I'm going to pause the video and do it, and you guys can do it and pause the video. All right, looks like you guys should have gotten all of the linkage arms on, should be going. Okay, I think I might have figured out a solution to the cow catcher. So let's take a front view right here, and we're going to zoom in. And these pegs might not be lined up, but what we can do is we can do an angle constraint, or I'm gonna keep this at the same angle as this. So I'm gonna zoom in. Okay, make sure you can see your screen pretty well. And I'm gonna do this. Is that gonna be an angle of that? And you got to click 3 times. So this is gonna be an angle of that, and then at this angle, and it looks like it's 90 degrees. So I'm gonna go, if that's 0, I'm gonna do about 270 to bring it all the way around. You might need to type in 270, and my cow catcher is now facing that way and looks very nice. Okay, so cool, we got that done. Now that should be pretty much not able to rotate. You can still turn these guys and stuff like that. You could probably rotate this guy around if you want to. You can't see it, but everything else shouldn't move. Okay. Next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna put the what are these guys called? These are the linkage pegs. Okay, so we're gonna put these guys in there, and let's go ahead and do that. These guys go in there to hold that in, and the same insert, the good old insert command. So we're gonna go right in there. All right, and I need to get to the back side of that. So let's use the view cube to get to one of the back side of those guys. And notice what my choices are. I can have it go there. No, I want it to hit all the way at the end. I gotta go there. No, so I want to go right there. All right, let's go to the home button, see if I did it right. And sure enough, there it is. All right, so go ahead and do that to all of the pegs right here. All right, so train's pretty much done right here. Now we're gonna put the train on the track. To do that, one thing we gotta do is we gotta unground the train. So I'm gonna right click on the train and unground it, and I'm going to ground the track. Okay, so I'm gonna right click and ground the track. All right, and so now this can move around. This doesn't move around, and I'm going to mate the right side of the track with the right side of the train. See how that looks. That looks really bad. I think I want to do flush. Cancel. We're going to do flush. All right, so this side is going to be flush with that side. So I'm going to do this side and that side. And if we look at this, I need to move the wheels over a little bit, and that needs to be moved. Let me check here real quick. All right, looks like what I gotta do is I gotta offset it 0.7. So I'm gonna offset it 0.7, and you see it went to the right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go negative 0.7, and that's pretty much lined up right there. So I'm gonna click apply, Okay, good times. And next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to mate the bottom of the train with the top of the track. So this is pushed down. This moves up and down. It does not go side to side because as we did, we flushed this with that side and moved it over. So I'm going to do a mate of the bottom of this. Let me I want to look at this. No, I want the edge. I'm trying to get the edge here. Here we go. Having a hard time. Let me try this again. So I'm going to mate. Okay, there we go. And let's look at it from this angle. Right there. Okay. And this needs to be offset 0.4. All right, let me look at it from the front view. Yes, that's pretty much what we want. You can go a little bit lower if you want those wheels actually touching. Yeah, I think 0.4 is okay. That's what it says in my instructions here. Apply. Okay. All right, last little thing, guys, is you got the train on there. It's looking pretty good. We're pretty much done here. One thing I want you to do is I want you to edit this before you print this out to put some words on there. For example, here in the front, I embossed. Oh, you can't see it. The little train that could. Yes. And I put Rodrigo's train embossed right there in that color, Rodrigo's train. And I put Rodrigo's train right here. I want you to put your name and train right here on the track at least. All right. There's an easy way to do this. Well, one way you can do it is you can just open the file. And if you open the file, such as the well, one way you can do it is you can do it right here. So if you right click on this or double click on this, and then if you double click left, then you'll see that you can return to the assembly file, but you're basically in the part file here, and it's got a silhouette of things. So you can do a lot of things here. You can make a new sketch, and you've done a sketch where you've made some text before. You can do it on this face right here, make a little sketch, and then you can emboss it if you want. And then when you're all done, you can press return and you go back to the part file. And what I want you to do is I want you to save this as we're going to do save as we're going to do train assembly in your train project. Okay, save it in there. And you want to save all its dependents. Yes. Okay, yes to all. Okay, that's fine. Data format has changed. And at this point, you are going to print this out. All right, should have your name on there and print it out. And you're going to put it in your notebook. All right, that's it. Hopefully you enjoyed the show. Sorry, it was kind of long, half an hour, but had to work out a couple kinks on my own.